In this video, we'll show you how to connect to the AAT's internal web server using the built-in wireless hotspot of the AAT. Beginning with the 4th generation AATs, all configuration and management is performed using the AAT's internal web server. This provides a consistent interface across all platforms and doesn't require that any proprietary software be installed in order to use and manage the AAT. So whether you're using a smartphone, a tablet, or a laptop, you'll get the same intuitive and easy-to-use interface for creating profiles, performing captures, and printing reports. In this demonstration, we will be using the optional Android phone that is available from Sunsight. This phone is very rugged and weatherproof, meeting the IP68 standard for dust and moisture. If you purchased the Android phone option with your AAT, it comes pre-configured to automatically connect to your AAT's wireless hotspot. If you purchase the option at a later date, or if you're using your own Android device, you will have to connect to your AAT's wireless hotspot manually for the first time. After that, it will be in the saved connections list and will automatically connect from then on. There are training videos that walk through the setup of Android devices as well as iOS and Windows devices. Several shortcuts are pre-installed that provide quick access to the AAT's user interface or homepage, eliminating the need to type an address in the browser. The first is a home screen bookmark icon, which is available on the main home screen. You can get to the main home screen by pressing the Home button once. Note, if you have more than one page of icons on your home screen, you can scroll right or left by simply swiping on the display. Or you can quickly return to the first home page by pressing the Home button twice. Second, a normal bookmark is saved in the browser, providing one more option for quickly navigating to the AAT's homepage. Just press the bookmark icon in the browser window and then press the AAT bookmark to go to the homepage of the AAT. The built-in Wi-Fi hotspot is very similar to what you probably have in your home or office, with one crucial difference. It is not connected to the internet. What this means is that while you are connected to the AAT's built-in Wi-Fi, you may not be able to do things that require internet access, such as sending email or browsing the web. As such, once you have completed your work on the AAT's internal website, you'll need to reconnect to a network with internet access to perform those tasks. Keep in mind that you can compose emails and queue them for sending while connected to the AAT's network, but they will not actually be sent until you have internet access. Let's watch a demonstration that shows how the Android phone option is used to connect to the AAT's internal website to operate the tool. This demonstration will be performed using the tool and the phone in their factory state. If your AAT or optional Android phone had any of the default settings changed, you may notice slight differences in the video if you are following along. Go ahead and power on the AAT by pressing the power button on the front panel. The link LED will initially turn solid green while the AAT goes through the startup process. After 10 or 15 seconds, the system will determine the current charge level for the internal battery pack, after which one of the battery LEDs will light up, indicating the charge level. Note, the current battery charge level is indicated using the battery LEDs. If the battery LED is solid red, you need to recharge the internal battery pack as soon as possible. If the battery LED is flashing red, you need to recharge the battery pack immediately. After the battery charge indicator LED turns solid, the AAT will begin flashing the AZM LED blue as it attempts to determine an azimuth solution. As soon as the AZM indicator begins flashing, you are ready to connect to the AAT's built-in Wi-Fi hotspot. Power on your Android phone and wait for it to start up. It should automatically connect to the AAT's Wi-Fi hotspot when it becomes available, i.e., when the AZM indicator begins flashing blue. Keep in mind that if you've manually connected the Android phone to a different Wi-Fi hotspot and that hotspot is currently available, it will not automatically switch to the AAT's hotspot. You will need to select the AAT's Wi-Fi hotspot manually. To verify that the Android phone is currently attached to the AAT's hotspot, swipe down from the top of the screen to open Notifications, and then touch the menu icon at the top right of the screen. The Quick Settings page will display, and you can then touch and hold on the Wi-Fi icon, which will bring up the list of known Wi-Fi hotspots and saved connections. The AAT hotspot begins with AAT90, followed by a series of digits that represent the serial number of your unit, such as AAT9010125. The first connection in the list is the hotspot that the phone is currently connected to, so if it is not the AAT hotspot, go ahead and find it in the list and then touch it to select it. A pop-up window will display the information about the AAT's hotspot. Go ahead and touch the Connect button to select the AAT's hotspot. Now that we are connected to the AAT hotspot, we are ready to access the AAT user interface. The quickest way is to use the home screen icon, so go ahead and press the physical Home button on the Android phone, and then press the AAT home screen icon. The browser launches and automatically connects to the AAT and proceeds to the home page of the user interface. If your AAT has been configured to require user logins, you will be prompted to log in when you touch the AAT home screen icon. Enter the username and password supplied by your administrator and press the Login button to proceed to the home page. Congratulations! You are now connected to your AAT and ready to set up, manage profiles, perform captures, and print reports. Sunsight pre-configures the Android phone to enable it to efficiently work with your AAT. There is one additional step needed, however, that cannot be performed at the factory because it is user-specific. It involves configuring an email account so that the PDF reports created by the AAT user interface can be emailed to customers. Alternatively, you can connect your Android phone to a laptop computer via a USB cable and transfer the PDF files that way. Transferring PDF files in this manner is covered in the Using Android Devices with the AAT video. Note that typically you will use the AAT in phone to collect multiple sites worth of alignment data and then send the reports after completing the day's work. The AAT can hold 256 alignment profiles and 512 captures before you would need to delete any records from the AAT. Let's take a look at the process for setting up an email account, keeping in mind that this setup is only required once, unless you perform a factory reset on the Android phone or if you want to change email accounts. The email setup process will be demonstrated using a Gmail account. You can use almost any account that supports POP3, IMAP, or Exchange. When you type in the email address and password, Android will prompt you for the type if it is unable to determine it automatically. Press the physical Home button on the Android phone and then touch the Apps icon. Search for the email icon on the Apps screen and touch it. The account setup screen is shown, prompting you to enter an email address. Go ahead and enter your email address and password as shown in the video, and touch Next. The account settings screen is shown, allowing you to configure additional items. Set these values to your preferences and then touch Next. Finally, the account setup screen is shown, allowing a few last items to be configured. Once again, type in your preferred values and touch Next. That's it. You should now be able to launch the email app and view and send email messages. If you need to manually configure your Android phone or any other Android device to quickly connect to the AAT, view the video on Using Android Devices with the AAT for the complete instructions on performing this setup. This can also be useful if you have performed a factory reset of the Android phone options and want to configure it similar to how it was done by Sunsight Instruments when it was shipped to you. This concludes the video on connecting to the AAT's internal web server using the Android phone option available from Sunsight. If you need information on connecting to the AAT using iOS, Windows, or other Android devices, refer to the specific training videos available on the training page at sunsight.com. Thanks for watching.